Hi, it is Jazz here, and thank you so much for joining me for today. I've actually just come from the gym and I need to do a bit of a full body stretch, and I would love to share it with you basically. So make sure you've got your mat ready to go, and you've perhaps got some comfortable clothing, because we're going to be holding some stretches and just seeing how we can move our bodies basically. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come into hands on the mat. Drop those hips down and we're going to feel that stretch across the core muscles. Try and push away from the mat and breathe, hold into that stretch. Good. And just remember with a stretch, there should never be any pain, but there's just going to be a bit of mild discomfort. And then we're going to take it back to child's pose. So nice big inhale. On the exhale, take it back onto those heels, reach those hands out in front, fingertips stretch as far as you can, thumbs together. Feel those upper back muscles having a beautiful stretch. Hold it there, keep breathing. And then inhale. On the exhale, take those hands apart. We're going to drop those hips, take them forward. Good, push away from that mat. Feel that stretch all the way down the core, opening up those hips. Good, hold, breathe. And then inhale. On the exhale, come back to your child's pose again. Take a seat, fingertips together, thumbs touching. Feel that stretch all the way across the upper back. And then we're going to walk both hands over to one side. Feel that stretch down the side, all the way into that armpit. And then inhale. On the exhale, walk them over to the other side. Lovely. Keep breathing. And then inhale. On the exhale, come all the way back to center. Extend as much as you comfortably can. And then when you're ready, let's gently come up to an all fours, and we're going to stretch out our spine. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to go into a cat and cow. So chin up towards the ceiling, tuck that tailbone away, and then chin to the chest, round that back as much as you can. So chin up, tuck that tailbone away, and then chin in, round that back, squeeze that core. Good, let's just go for one of these, stretching out all those back muscles. Just see what movement you've got in that spine. Wonderful. And then come back to a neutral position. We're going to reach our arm through, we're going to go for thread the needle. The important thing is that the head is relaxed down on the mat, and you should be feeling a nice stretch across the shoulder. So relax the head down, that's the important bit. Head down on the mat, feeling that stretch across the shoulder. Good, breathe. And then inhale. On the exhale, back to center. Onto the other side, so same again, relaxing that head down, bottom up towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch across the chest. A little bit of a rotation there in that spine. Good, keep hold. And then inhale. On the exhale, bring it back to center. Wonderful, okay. We're going to take one leg out in front. If you want a cushion just to give extra padding for the knee, you can do. But we're going to take one leg out in front. We're going to tuck, so you've got your neutral position, tuck underneath that tailbone, feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. And then if you want to, we're going to increase that stretch and we're going to take it forward, opening up that hip flexor, opening up that quad. Good, breathe into that stretch. So as I say, if you want to, you can add the extra padding underneath your knee. Really tuck underneath that tailbone and play around with it. You can stay upright, you can take it forward, whatever feels good for you. Just remember with a stretch, never any pain. It's just going to be a bit uncomfortable. Lovely, keep hold, keep breathing. And then inhale. On the exhale, very gently ease it out. Good. Okay, change it over. So other leg out in front. Swap the cushion if need be to support that knee. Tuck under that tailbone and then take it forward if you can. Really feel that stretch. Same again. Play around with that movement. See where you can feel that stretch. Lovely, and just keep breathing. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to take it all the way back. Great. Okay, from here we're going to come onto our backs. We're going to go into glutes and hamstrings. So lie on your backs. Bring one foot across the other knee. We're going to reach through, draw the knees in towards our chest. That's it. So you're drawing the legs in and then you should be feeling that bottom cheek having a good old stretch. So hold it there, breathe into it, try and draw the knees, draw those legs in towards the chest, relax the neck and the shoulders. And then if you want, we're going to extend the leg, take it into a hamstring stretch. You can keep the hands where they are, or I quite like to take them above the knee joint. Point the toes towards the nose. Feel that stretch in the hamstring, in the glutes. Try and relax and breathe. Good. And then inhale. On the exhale, very gently come out and onto the other side. So other foot across. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Feel that stretch in the glutes. Good. One side might be tighter than the other, and that is okay. Lovely. And then from there, take it into that hamstring stretch if you can. So get that glute and hamstring. Good. Point the toes towards the nose. And then inhale. On the exhale, gently release. Okay, bring the arms out to the side, feet and knees together. We're going to inhale, drop the knees down, exhale, center, inhale, down, exhale, center. So just keep it gently moving. And then drop the knees down to the side. And then look the opposite direction for me. So knees down to the side, look the opposite direction. Enjoy that stretch in the spine. Maybe in that bottom cheek, you might feel it across the chest as well. Hold it there. Lovely, keep hold. Good. If you want to take it more into that glute again, extend the bottom leg. Top leg comes over. And then with this hand, you're going to apply a little bit of pressure and you'll get it in that lower back, in that bottom cheek as well. On every exhale, just try and sink into that mat. And then inhale. On the exhale, bring everything back to center. Drop the knees to the other side. Head look the opposite direction. Hold it there. Good. Your body will feel that stretch where it needs to feel it. Then same again, if you want, extend the bottom leg. Top leg comes over. Apply that little bit of pressure with that hand. On every exhale, try and sink into that mat just that little bit deeper. And then inhale. On the exhale, bring it back to center. Bring the knees into the chest, just rock from side to side. Feel a nice gentle massage on that lower back. Brilliant. And then from here, there's no rush. We're going to gently come up to a seated position. Seated wise, you can either sit cross-legged, you can sit on the backs of your heels if you'd like to. I quite like to do it because then you find you actually get a nice stretch in your feet. So tuck under the toes, sit back on your heels and you'll stretch out all the muscles in your feet, which is quite nice. So from here, bring the chin to the chest. We're going to round that back, try and separate the shoulder blades for me. So feel that stretch across the upper back muscles. Wonderful, keep hold. And then inhale. On the exhale, there's hands behind, open up the chest. Good, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to take it into the shoulders, so just bring your one arm across and then we'll go for that tricep. So same again, just mind we're not pulling on that elbow joint there. Drawing that shoulder across, try and drop the shoulder, so don't bring it up. Drop it down. And then we're going to stay with that same arm. We're going to bring that arm up and across. Take it back into that tricep, so feel that muscle having a good old stretch. Breathe into it. Lovely, gently release. Good. If you find that at this point you're getting too uncomfortable sitting on your heels, then you can come into a seated position, whatever feels good, or you can stay there, I don't mind. Take it across the other shoulder. Good, hold it, breathe, and then into that tricep. Good, so as you can see, I've taken it down now from my heels. I'm just sitting back. I've had enough stretching in my feet for today, and that's okay. Good, take it back. Lovely. Okay, reach up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to gently go to the side. Feel that stretch in the armpit, down the oblique. Inhale. On the exhale, let's go over across the other side. Good. And then inhale, center, reach up as high as you can. On the exhale, put those arms down. Good. And then we're just going to roll out the shoulders. So feel nice and heavy with the shoulders up and back if you can. And then we're just going to go into a neck stretch. So from here, bring the neck to one side, fingertips on top. Hold that stretch all the way down that neck into that shoulder. If you move the chin, you'll find that stretch moves. So find where you'd like that stretch. Good. Keep breathing, keep holding. And then inhale. On the exhale, come back to center. Let's come to the other side. Good. Keep holding, keep breathing. Inhale. On the exhale, come back to center. Wonderful. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me for just a little bit of a full body stretch there. Hopefully you're feeling just a little bit more kind of loosened off with those muscles. And please keep stretching if you're able to, because you can never stretch enough. If you're able to stretch every day, then please do. So if you do like these videos, please do subscribe, please do like, share, comment and spread the word, because you can never stretch enough, you can never move your body enough, and your support honestly means the world to me as well. So have a fantastic rest of the day, and hopefully I will get to see you soon.